Where the death toll from initiations there is reported to have risen to 7, with more than 100 young men rescued from bogus initiation schools in the Mbizana area. But since the start of the winter season 2 weeks ago, our reporter Zimkhita Macingwane is at one of the rescue centers. She joins us now on the line. Zimkhita, first of all, tell us where exactly you are and what is the situation there?
The rescue center that is in Kwanomlato, just outside Mbizana, is catering not only for initiates who are from Mbizana, but from the entire area of Eastern Pondering, including the towns of Lusikisiki, Flagstaff, and Mbizana. We have been informed that more than 100 boys from illegal initiation schools have been rescued to this rescue center, and today there's about 40 of them who are still there. There's a team of different types of health professionals, including doctors and nurses, and also traditional leaders who are part of the people that are giving help to these young boys who have been rescued. This is an ongoing problem every initiation season, Tepi. So hence, there was this need for a rescue center to be created in these areas, which are the hotspots for bogus circumcision, to ensure that boys do not die in the bush, but there are people who are working around the clock to make sure that those boys who need help are assisted.
Zimkhita, as you say, an ongoing problem, and what has also been found to be one of that is dehydration. I believe that some of the boys have died as a result of that. What has happened to the collaboration between those who are involved in the circumcision and people within the formal medical industry?
This problem has been problematic for the past 10 years, and the government of the Eastern Cape took it upon themselves to enforce laws in place to ensure that those who have been found guilty, in fact, who are accused of practicing bogus circumcision, are apprehended. So there is a collaboration between police, health professionals, and the Department of Local Government and Traditional Affairs to ensure that the numbers of boys who die in the bush are reduced every season. As we are speaking now, we're talking about 7 boys that have lost their lives. And in the previous initiation season during winter, there were 19 boys who lost their lives. And these initiatives of public engagement, including their parents, including traditional leaders, are somewhat so reducing the numbers, but the main problem is that people in rural areas continue to see young boys going to these illegal surgeons who circumcise them. Just on Monday, there were 3 illegal traditional nurses who appeared before the Tsoro Magistrates Court, also for allegations of circumcising boys without the consent of their parents, and these were underage boys. So police are also involved to ensure that those who are breaking the law are brought to book.
Zimkhita, another harrowing report coming out of that is that one of the boys lost his life after reportedly circumcising himself. Any truth to this?
Those allegations have not been proven yet, but the pressure that is mounting in villages of young boys who want to go to the initiation school has resulted to the Department of Local Government and Traditional Affairs, also including mothers, because what also was identified as a problem is that single parents are the ones who are experiencing more sons who go to bogus circumcision schools because they don't have that father figure to be a role model. So now parents who are single mothers have been brought by the Department of Traditional Leadership under their wing so that they are also educated about what they should tell their sons as they reach the stage of like 16 years, because the pressure starts mounting in high schools there when they talk about going to the initiation schools. So those who will not be going to the initiation schools start feeling the pressure, and those allegations of a young boy circumcising themselves is still to be proven. However, this is an issue that has brought a number of people together so that even in schools there is education that boys can only go to the bush once they are 18 years, and there must be a consent for their parents, and also there must be a thorough medical check done by a health professional to say this young boy that's going to undergo this custom is healthy and fit to be staying in the bush, because when they are there in the bush, so it's an isolated area, it's cold and it's winter, so the health professionals must really certify that this boy will be undergoing this custom, is fit to be in that process for about 3 weeks.
Zimkhita, you spoke about leadership earlier on the Eastern Cape House of Traditional Leaders, Chairman Nkosi Nokonyana, saying that the initiates died because certain customs and provisions of initiation law were not followed. What does he believe in particular was not followed, and where does he place the blame?
Well, in terms of custom and traditions, there are many different types of undergoing this circumstances. This custom. Like in Pondoland, it's done differently. In Amaxhosa area, it's done differently. In Kwabata, it's done differently. But now, what is said by the Department of Traditional Leadership, that it's important for all traditional leaders to have standards that is going to accommodate everyone, which are some of the issues that I've mentioned, that the age, the boys must be 18, because in Matatiel, Mount Fletcher and Maclear, they were saying they haven't had boys dying in the bush, so they were happy to have their boys going to the bush at the age of 16. But now there has been a consensus to say the age limit in the province, whether you are from a different nation, you are not from the Eastern Pondoland area, you are not from Amaxhosa, the age in the Eastern Cape boys to go to the bush is 18 years. So those are some of the things that traditional leadership are trying to resolve amongst themselves, so that there is a standard operating procedure in the province to ensure that when the laws are being enforced, everyone is adhering to what the standards of the province have specified.
Zimkhita, thank you very much. Let's leave it there. Zimkhita Macingwane, SABC reporter in the Eastern Cape. We're going to take a quick break. Don't go away.